So today I had to return to something that I had not done for 10 days. I've been very proud of myself that since August I have begun strength training um, very regularly, 5 or 6 days a week, usually six. And then last week I had a terrible, 10 days ago, had a terrible allergic reaction to perfume on a plane. Who wears perfume on a plane? Don't wear perfume on a plane. And for 10 days, I have been out of commission and exhausted too from a lot of traveling and speaking. And so I was not getting up and doing my strength training. But today I returned and I felt really good about that. Made me think about returning. And this time of year, we're starting to think about Advent. And right now, I'm thinking about the birth of John the Baptist and all that was prophesied about him. Um, in order to return to strength training, which I had been very motivated to keep going, one, I had to decide, yep, tomorrow is the day that I am going to return. And I had to listen to my alarm this morning and act on it. I don't know if you're like me. I can sleep through alarms pretty happily. I'm in love with the snooze button. And so I had to listen to my alarm and act on it. And then when I was doing the work, I had to face the fact that I've lost ground. I've yielded ground over the last 10 days by not showing up, and I had to commit to reclaim that ground, right? That happens to a lot of us, maybe some of you who have yielded ground in your faith. Maybe you've had an allergic reaction in your soul to some of the really bad smelling aroma of what's happening in our nation and in the church in general. And that's caused you to just abandon showing up with the Lord. You can change that. You can change that today. This is a time to return. There is a time to return, and it's now. This is a good time to return. Joel, a book in the Bible called Joel, he was a prophet. Chapter 2, 12, and 13 says, "Yet even now declares the Lord, return to me with all your heart, with fasting, with weeping, and with mourning, and rend your hearts and not your garments." The Lord never wants an outward show without an inward change. I'm pretty expressive, so I sometimes have a lot of outward shows, but they do reflect an inward change, and that matters. He says, return to the Lord your God, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love, and he relents over disaster. My body welcomed the return to strength training. It welcomed me with some aches and pains, yes, but it was good. It was good to return. It was good to come back. And you can do the same thing in coming back to the Lord. First, you have to follow the same things I did. You have to decide, I'm coming back. I'm going to shut off the noise that's been getting in my way. I'm going to forget what triggered this desire to run from him, and I'm going to decide to come back. And today is a good day to return to the Lord. And you're going to stop ignoring the alarms that have been going off around you. You know what I'm talking about. You've been getting signals to return to the Lord, and you've been hitting the snooze button on those signals. You just have to decide that today you're going to listen to that alarm and you're going to act on it. And you might have to face the fact that maybe you yielded some spiritual ground in the time that you've been away from the Lord. But with the power of the Holy Spirit, you can reclaim that ground. You can return too. So this is a time of the year when we begin to think again about spiritual things, if we've lost that, if we haven't been showing up with the Lord. And all of us have faced the temptation with all the noise that's happening to sort of walk away, to wonder if this spiritual fight is worth everything. It is. Jesus is worth everything. So just like I returned to strength training today, you can return to the Lord. So do that.